I was not going to talk about this, but nobody is addressing what the real issue is with the whole JLo, Jenny from the block. Stop acting like you from the block. We tired of you talking about you from the block. You're not from the block. Hello, my name is Jen. I am from the block, okay? Born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Took the 2, the 4, and the 5 train. Wasn't on the 6. Like Jenny from the block, Jennifer Lopez. The 6 train actually takes you to the nicer parts of the Bronx. Pelham Parkway, Riverdale, Castle Hill, and what have you. There's a big difference, right? The Bronx, it has a lot of different parts. Now, I want to give you 10 reasons why people are actually mad at JLo and what life is really like in the Bronx, and specifically the people that lived and were born and raised in the Bronx, the bad parts of the Bronx, why people are giving her the side eye. Because I know a lot of you guys are confused. You're like, so what? She grew up in the Bronx. She's from New York. What's the big deal? Why y'all so mad? Well, I'm going to try to explain it to you, right, in most simple terms, and I'm trying to be quick because I only got 10 minutes on this thing, and I'm losing light. I'm using the light from my window. My filmmakers know what I mean. I'm losing light. Okay, guys, so I have 2 podcasts. One is Block Stars Podcast. The other one is Sisterhood Sips. You can find it on my page. So let's get into this. Me being born and raised in the Bronx, the easiest way I can explain it to you guys, Jennifer Lopez claiming she's from a place that she's not from. Again, she is from the Bronx. However, the gimmick and the marketing was Jenny from the block. When we hear the block, the people that were born and raised in the bad parts of the Bronx, right? The disenfranchised parts of the Bronx. We're thinking Timberlands, New York, you know, the Yankee fitted, the bubble coats, right? The big jeans, the hip hop. We're thinking that, right? Jennifer Lopez was not from that environment. That's the biggest issue, right? She wasn't from that environment. I know a lot of people are like, so what? What's the big deal? She's from New York. She's from the Bronx. Who cares, right? Here's the issue. This is the easiest way I can explain it to you. You guys know an Army, a Navy, a Marine, a military veteran in general who's been to war, who's lost friends, who's lost limbs, who comes back home. Let's say that veteran runs into, I don't know, a security guard at Target. And the security guard at Target is like, yeah, well, I have it rough too, doing security here. And I had to shoot at a guy the other day. Yeah, that's what happened to me as I do security. The military veteran is going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what it was like at war, right? So similarly, and you're going to think this is an exaggeration to like count down a list. I wrote 10 things, right, of why people are so insulted about hearing this woman, Jennifer Lopez, keep talking about she's from the Bronx, she's Jenny from the block, right? Because that's a whole different life than a woman, a girl who grew up in Castle Hill in Catholic school with 2 parents in a 2-3 family home with a little picket fence around it. It's a whole different life. And I know a lot of people are cynical, like, so what? You grew up in the Bronx. What's the big deal? You guys think you all that. You think you tougher than everybody. Well, here's why we're tougher than everybody. And I'm going to run down a list. Number 1, our schools, right? In our neighborhood, our schools. We come from disenfranchised communities, right? So a Jennifer Lopez school, a Catholic school, all-girl Catholic school where you're wearing your cute little uniform is a world. Although it's still in the Bronx, it's a world away from going to a school where the food is crap, okay? The teachers barely want to be there. They don't want to teach you. We ain't got good books, okay? We're barely making it there. A lot of kids are going there hungry. A lot of kids are going there without, you know, the most cool clothes that there is. There's a lot of abuse going on. You have to learn to fight early, right, in those schools. I don't know about Catholics, all girls schools, but I doubt there was a fight breaking out at 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? Every other day, like in our schools. So that's 1, schools. Number 2, I literally have a list for you guys because this is so important. Number 2, the food deserts. In our neighborhoods, the food deserts. We don't get the best of the best foods in our supermarkets and in our stores and what have you. However, our parents, ooh, honey, they will take that Goya and they will make a lovely 3-4 course meal for us, right? Because our parents are magical like that. So they did the best that they could with what they had, right? The food deserts. Number 3, the quality of life. The quality of life is different, okay? when you're growing up in disenfranchised neighborhoods, specifically the Bronx, you have to learn to grow up very, very quickly, okay? They're dangerous neighborhoods, and a lot of girls lose their femininity early, right? That's why you see like a lot of people make fun of New York girls. We're hard and we talk a certain way. It's because from a very young age, we're in survival mode. So we can't go out and be cute with pink bows and the little lace socks and the little, pink dresses and stuff. We have to learn to fall into our masculinity very quickly, right? Because we're in survival mode. We're in the Bronx and this one wants to beat your ass, or that guy's trying to holler at you and he's 20 years older. So we become masculine very, very quickly. So the quality of life is different. What else I got here? Okay, let's go to number 5, the fighting. Okay, the fighting and the escalation of the fighting. Okay, so I know you're thinking, so what? Schools all around the world, good and bad schools, kids always get into fights. So let me tell you, in the Bronx is different. You had people getting shanked. You got people getting stabbed. You had people coming from other schools to fight people at your schools. They had to be cops, you know what I mean, in the neighborhood to keep people safe. We had metal detectors. Again, I don't know anything about Catholic or girls' schools, but I doubt Jennifer Lopez had to walk through a metal detector, right? And I'm also talking about different generations here, okay? Jennifer Lopez got a couple years on me, but I know kids that are in those neighborhoods now that are going through this, and even younger than them, and probably kids older than me, long as they grew up in these areas I'm talking about. So again, going back to the military comparison, I don't know about Jennifer Lopez, but I went to funerals every other month. That is not a gross exaggeration. That was life in our neighborhoods. We were going to funerals of our friends getting shot and killed every other month. We would make the laminates, okay? We would wear the lanyards. We would say, rest in peace, Buddha. Rest in peace, Joey, okay? This was our life. Funerals were like normal to us, and we're children. These are children going to funerals. These are not guys that are 18, 20, 25 in the war going to funerals and losing their friends. These are just neighborhood kids, okay, going to funerals every other month like it was nothing. And we were going to funerals of kids that we were hanging out with a day prior. A day prior. Okay, I was just hanging with her. I was just hanging with him. Yeah, because girls got shot and killed too. Okay, had 2 friends, both of them sisters, got shot and killed. Okay, this is the life in the Bronx when you're from the block, right? I'm trying to bring you into this because no one is discussing why people are so offended by Jennifer Lopez claiming the block, right? Nobody's discussing this. And again, there are outliers, and some people are going to be like, I grew up on Prospect and I didn't see any of this. I don't know how you didn't see any of this, but salute to you. I don't know what bubble you grew up in, but salute to you. So let's keep going. When I'm talking about what we see early on, I was about 13, 14, the first time I saw someone shot to death. I was sitting in front of, on a stoop with a girlfriend of mine, and I saw this guy running and this guy chasing him. Looked like he had a tech or something, lit him up. Filled him full of bullets. Guy fell, and it was the first time it hit me that after death, life goes on. Because I was on the Grand Concourse, and, the cars just kept flying by. The police came, they threw a sheet on him, and I was just sitting there like, oh my God, this is what death is. After that, yes, I had been shot at. I saw my friends get shot. Our friends would get shot on a regular. We would sneak into the emergency room. You can't sneak into emergency rooms anymore because of the security. But we used to sneak into the emergency rooms. One night, me and my girlfriend snuck into emergency room because we had heard our friend got shot, and we're sneaking around giggling, and we saw him dead. He was still on the gurney, tube down his throat, eyes open. He was dead. I guess the doctors had stopped working on him and said, we're out, next, and didn't even put the sheet on him all the way. So these are the things that we're experiencing, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, growing up on the block. This was life on the block, right? I was one of those people that used to laugh when I used to see Jennifer Lopez dressed a certain way or talking a certain way, because I knew she wasn't about that life or from that life. But I'm like, it's a gimmick. You can't knock a hustle. That's what we from New York. We can't knock a hustle, right? It is what it is. But I had been saying all the stuff that y'all are saying about Jennifer Lopez decades ago, like decades ago. So this is really, really surreal that it's happening this and happening this bad, because I've been saying this forever, and I may be running out of 10 minutes, and if I do, I'm coming back for part 2 because I really want you guys to hear this and understand, okay? So let's get into the PTSD. Don't think that, because I'm no longer living in the Bronx, okay? My beloved Bronx, what made me who I am and how I am, and I don't regret it, okay? Because now I know how to deal with the rest of the world. However, I'm about to get cut off. I'll see you in